And hello once again, YouTube! Since the last time I recorded a video involving this particular computer and Hiren's boot CD, the ending was a bit ambiguous, as if maybe I had completely and utterly failed to save any of the files off the hard drive of this thing. The computer in question, in case you're wondering what it looks like. Thankfully, 2 days after I recorded that video, or the parts that made up that video, as it turns out, had I stuck with Windows XP, I would have found the right program before too long. Because 2 days after I recorded those videos, and eventually edited them all into one clip, I found a program within Windows XP that would help me, while not completely retrieve everything I wanted off of this computer, would be pretty damn close to what I needed. And as soon as Mini Windows XP finishes loading, I'm going to show that program. I actually finished editing the other clips together to make the first video today. Hiren's boot CD take 1. And again, I understand if a lot of people are going to think that that video is kind of not exactly happy in its overall tone. Because last Thursday, Thanksgiving, was not a fun day. I mean, the dinner was good. The dinner was great, obviously, but the day overall was just not fun at all. And because of that, you know, I didn't think... Just the monitor here, it's tilted upwards for some reason. There we go. Okay. As I was saying, Thanksgiving was not a fun day for anyone involved in my house, and I had expected to find some program that would restore FAT32 table on this PC. None of the programs on Hiren's boot CD will do that, and those that are don't have enough memory. But, as you will soon see, there is a program that, while not exactly what I was hoping for, does do some good in recovering the files that I wanted to recover. And once this thing finishes loading, I will load up that program. I'm not going to show the full scan of the program because that's going to take all day, and this camera's going to go through an entire 10-pack of batteries if I leave it recording for that long. But fortunately, I can show you how to start a scan and then what it looks like when the scan is mostly done using this particular program. If it ever loads. And again, last Thursday I was ready to give up. I was ready to wipe the hard drive and just say screw it. But then, 2 days after, on Saturday, I decided to mess around with the Hiren's boot CD program menu, which I'm going to show in a minute if the desktop ever finishes loading. That's one of the main problems with Hiren's boot CD. It is... Never mind. Anyway, like I was saying, I was messing around with this little doohickey right here, the Hiren's boot CD program launcher, right there in the middle of the screen. And I was going into file system, hard disk, backup, that kind of thing, partition, boot, MBR, and then I went into recovery and found DiskDigger. That's disk, D-I-S-K, digger, D-I-G-G-E-R. Just so no one gets any assumptions about mistaken pronunciation, just so we're all clear. Anyway, and before I forget to mention it, there is also a nifty little thing on here to remove the 24-hour limit of Mini Windows XP. Because if you leave it running for more than 24 hours, it'll shut down on its own, which is not good, especially if you're running a scan. And also, you have set the page file, which I don't know how to use, because if I try to use it and now it's not responding, I don't know how to make this thing work the way it's supposed to. I don't know how it's supposed to work. And now it's just sticking around on the desktop because it's there. Let's go to Task Manager and just kill it. Oh, never mind. Okay. Task Manager looks a lot different than... That was a pop-up notice from DiskDigger, by the way, about some drive wasn't ready. I think that's the DVD drive or the floppy drive. It's probably the floppy drive. And error about the... Yeah, that's the C drive with its messed up FAT32 table, and this is DiskDigger. Now, select hard disk, even though the file system is not recognized, and scan disk surface for traces of files. Dig deeper. The reason I can't use scan file system is because, as I previously mentioned, FAT32 table is screwed. It doesn't work. Nothing detects it. So once you select your scanning type, you can go for photos and images, and narrow it down to JPEGs, bitmaps today. I'll let the scan run, stop the video, and then come back later on to finish the video. So yeah, you select from photos and images, documents, audio and video. Start from this position on the drive, and it automatically skips over bad sectors. But for today, we're going to uncheck that. because if I can use that to find more stuff than I've been able to find over the weekend. And here we go. Oh, I clicked on top of the next button. So, and like I said, this scan is going to take forever and a year, so I'm just going to let it scan. And then when it's got to about 20%, which is about what it takes to get to until it starts showing actual pictures and stuff on the left-hand side, previews on the right. Once it gets to about 20%, I will come back and show that. Okay, the scan's just at 2.29% and counting right now, but I figured I might as well take this opportunity to apologize for not uploading any videos between the start of November and now. I don't even remember if I uploaded any videos last month at all. But I've been doing a lot of stuff in WWE 2K14. I may have a character on the way to Video Game Championship Wrestling, VGCW. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but if it does, I will post a video about it. It's not Duke Nukem. They already have Duke Nukem in VGCW. It is another DOS game character, so there's that. I do have the videos that I intended to release last month, or to upload last month. I do have those fully edited and formatted and all that good stuff, but I just didn't have the motivation to upload them, because I was also in the middle of a major fanfiction project on a site that shall not be named, and I've been burnt out on writing for a while because the motivation just wasn't there. But I think now that I've finally been able to do some good with DiskDigger here, that vastly improved my overall mood over the course of the weekend. So hopefully that improvement of mood will translate to other areas of my life as well. So yeah, just wanted to apologize for not having anything else uploaded to the YouTubes over the past month or so. Part 1 of the Hiren's Boot CD and My Old PC duology, which this is the part 2 of, or the second part of, if you want to be grammatically correct about it. And yeah, so stay tuned for the end of the scan, which will probably be in about an hour or so, and I'm not recording a whole hour. So yeah, just when it gets to that part, I will immediately cut to that part, and you'll know that it's to that part because the screen will all of a sudden magically be filled with a list of files on the one side and a preview window on the other side. So yeah. Okay, this is the 6th time that I've had to start this friggin' part of the video because I was interrupted the first 3 times, and the times after that I ended up clicking on a picture in the left hand side that was either corrupted enough to make it look like something out of a creepypasta or just nothing was there, and I didn't want to show just nothing was there. So here we have one picture that is mostly a black screen with static on top. I have no idea what this used to be. Anyway, the point of this part of the video is to discuss the fact that, as it turns out, contrary to what I originally thought, it does not take getting to 20% of the scan for the DiskDigger program to actually start finding pictures, documents, whatever. It only takes getting to 15%. Which is weird because the last few times I've used this program, I could have sworn it took longer. Shows what I know, anyway. So yeah, and this is just 17.40%, and we have this massive list of pictures that it's found. I'm hoping the one that it clicks on isn't screwed up. And you see, like right here, we have the cover of Duke Nukem 3D for the Sega Saturn. And the American version, and Duke Nukem 64. And it's still finding pictures after that. Duke Caribbean, Life's a Beach, and the people who made Duke Nukem 3D. So yeah, let's go back to the Duke Nukem 64 cover, because I am Duke Nukem 2417, so might as well focus on something with Duke Nukem on it for the remainder of this part of the video. So yeah, had I found out that DiskDigger could actually retrieve these files last week, on Thanksgiving especially, because that would have made my day, had I found that out then, the first video in this little duology would have been a lot happier in tone, and it wouldn't have ended on such an ambiguous note. But as it happened, I didn't know that DiskDigger could do this kind of recovery back then, so I was all moaning and griping and stomping around and wanting to kick things over. Fortunately, that's long past. DiskDigger has done a remarkable job, and yeah. That's pretty much all I have to show for this. If there's a part 3, it's going to be this computer getting the send-off that it deserves. Because this computer deserves an honorable send-off, unlike the beige brick. This computer provided me with... Let me focus the camera on this computer while I'm talking about it. This computer provided me with a lot of years of faithful service. When I was in high school, I played Duke Nukem 3D on it. I played Quake, Commander Keen games. I played a lot of games on this thing. stored a lot of music on it. I have my journal on this computer as well, which is one thing that I'm really hoping to recover with DiskDigger. And I don't want to send this thing out the way I got rid of the beige brick. I mean, the beige brick was a piece of junk. It deserved to die the way it did. This thing, however, this computer has been a major part of my life. And just because it ceased functioning correctly in 2011, that doesn't mean I'm going to treat it like a piece of garbage and throw it out. I'm going to hand this thing over to my uncle when I'm able to get all the files off of it that I need to get off of it, and he's going to wipe the hard drive. The hard drive is going to be stored away somewhere else. Basically, all the parts from this computer are going to be stored away to be used in other machines if need be. I didn't do that with the beige brick because I compared it to donating cancerous organs. Let's face it, the beige brick was not going to be used to resuscitate any other computer anytime soon. Anyway, this thing on the other hand, even when it's long gone, I want its parts to be able to work in other computers and hopefully, you know, fulfill the functions they need to fulfill. So I think that's all I need to say for part 2 of the Hiren's boot CD and my old PC duology. Hopefully part 3, if it does end up having a part 3, which would turn the duology into a trilogy, I'm hoping that part 3 ends with me able to recover my journal and then give this thing the honorable send-off it deserves. Even if I can't recover my journal, though, this computer will be getting an honorable send-off because it doesn't deserve to just go die in a dump somewhere. It's not the beige brick. This thing, I mean, yes, it is beige, but it's not a brick. So even if it's not functioning to the best of its ability nowadays, I can still have some use for it. I can still get files that I need to get off of it. And until I've gotten everything I need to get off of it, I will keep this machine in my room. And when I'm finally done retrieving what I need to retrieve from it, I'll hand it over to Uncle Cedric. He'll do what has to be done. And then this computer's parts will be donated to other computers if possible. So yeah, thanks for watching.